The 2025 I-10 Shootout live stream on Deportes Nation is brought to you by Adrian's, Mexican street food since 2004. Katy International Sports Complex. Join us and live your sports dream. Soccer Texas, covering soccer in the Lone Star State. The Snowdrop Foundation. 4WD Coffee. Coffee for the journey, not the destination. SG1 Soccer Club. Character, community, culture. Valenti. Lead in style. The Houston Roughnecks. Spring football is back. Houston-Soccer en español here on Deportes Nation. Paco Sports Photography by Paco Montoya. And by Soccer.com. The 2025 I-10 Shootout live stream on Deportes Nation.
Welcome to Legacy Stadium in Katy, Texas, where we're about to present you the I-10 Shootout. This is a production brought to you by PTS Media and Deportes Nation. I'm Danny Rodriguez along Jen Cooper. Jen, it's a beautiful day to watch some soccer, mostly finals, right?
This is a gorgeous day for soccer. We lucked out with this weather. It's going to be beautiful. We've got 4 finals at this venue alone at the amazing Legacy Stadium. I always love coming to this venue. And we've got finals at other stadiums going on as well.
Exactly, and you can also watch the other 4 finals that one of them already started. We'll tell you about that score and that game a little bit later, but if you want to check the feed, just look for Deportes Nation on YouTube and you'll get that straight feed from Rhodes Stadium. But now here at Legacy Stadium, we're about to see 2 teams that have faced each other for 3 consecutive times. Jen, tell us a little bit more about this. It's becoming a Katy Classic in this tournament against Tigers.
Yes, well, let's call this the Shootout Classico, right?
Yeah,
so
why not?
Third straight year for St. Agnes and Katy High School to meet in the final. Last year, it was Katy taking the win. The year before that, it was St. Agnes winning on penalties. And this is actually the 4th straight year for for St. Agnes to be in the final. So these are, I'd say, 2 of the best teams historically in this tournament.
Of this tournament, Jen, how it's been making the women's soccer in Houston, in Katy, in the area grow every time more. And we've seen very competitive players. We've seen players that have gone from here to professional teams. And that's the beauty of this tournament. So we're going to see good quality soccer today. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be fun. And if you're a family of this young players that couldn't be here at the stadium, well, here's a perfect chance to watch them. We also have a field, a reporter, sideline reporter, a beautiful Laura Gomez. We're going to go down with her. Laura, how are you down there? I hope you're not freezing.
Good morning, guys. No, as you can see, I'm in direct sunlight, so that's amazing because the weather is beautiful. It is a little cold, but don't worry, guys. I have to a lot of these girls because in the past few days it's been really windy, it's been raining, it's been very intense weather, but today I think they lucked out because yes, it's cold, but like I said, the sun is amazing right now, so I think that that's going to be a plus because it's going to be great crisp air for them to be able to breathe better and run better. I think it's an amazing weather. It's optimum conditions for amazing games today for sure.
I'm sure it will be a great game, this first final. But let's go take a peek on Rhodes Stadium. Thank you, Laura. Let's see how that game is going, Jen.
So over next door. That's another bracket final. We have many brackets.
Let's see how the bracket for this is how these teams got to this position.
So this is the Ram Maverick bracket. So there's 8 teams in every bracket and many brackets in this tournament. Goose Creek Sterling beating Morton Ranch last night. Maid Creek topping New Caney West Fork to get into this final. And right now it's all Goose Creek with that 2-0 lead with about 37 minutes to play.
Nothing set yet, right?
It ain't over till it's over. And we should note all of these finals today halves, games go straight to penalties if they're tied at the end of regulation. So we could see some exciting shootouts today.
I love penalty kicks.
The players not so much, but we love them.
Exactly. Well, refs are getting ready, and if you're looking at our broadcast feed, you can see right now both stadiums on.
Yeah, so Katy, they beat MacArthur last night through a nice 3-0 win to get into the final. St. Agnes edging Barbers Hill 1-0. Like we said, these teams straight year in the shootout bracket final. Katy winning last year, St. Agnes edging on penalty kicks the year before.
It's going to be an exciting game. I'm sure the girls are excited. The challenge here is recovering for a close game to get to this final. So that's something that coaches and players have to work with, from the physical, from
the
all
mental.
the mental, the physical, and also getting with your players, because you have a deep roster and you can make some changes for this final, but also try to keep your best, right?
Right, and we do have open subbing, you know.
Let's go to the anthems now.
Hi guys, we just heard the anthem, Welcome Back, and we're here once more in field level, just waiting for it to start. And I think it's a beautiful Saturday. I think it's a great time for everyone to really just sit down and really enjoy soccer. And I think it's important to support our girls playing in high school. They can also play in a competitive level. I think that's one of the tournaments that really brings out the talent that we have around our city. So I think it's very exciting to see. So just go to Deportes Nation for you to be able to watch. Like they mentioned before, Danny, there's 2 different games going on almost simultaneously in 2 different stadiums. So you can't say that there's no soccer to watch today, Saturday.
Thank you, Laura, and that's absolutely right. We're going to have 4 finals here at Legacy Stadium, 4 at Rhodes Stadium, and we'll keep you updated about the score at Rhodes. Here we're about to see the kickoff. Jen Cooper at my side. I'm Danny Rodriguez, Laura Gomez on sideline. And thanks to all our sponsors, PTS Media and Deportes Nation, bringing you the I-10 Shootout. The importance of this tournament, Jen, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it kind of kicks off the spring season, right? A lot of these teams, they have played some December, November games, but it's really part of the high school girls soccer season. And it's a great opportunity to scout a lot of players. And this tournament has grown so much in its 20 years. This is the 20th edition of this tournament. It's been played every year since 2006. And it's grown from a tournament of fewer than 30 teams to now well over 100 teams, including JV squads. So we've seen a lot of players that play in this tournament play professionally, like Barbara Olivieri playing for the Houston. And even a player like Alyssa Melanson, who plays for Bay FC, who's now getting capped by the national team. You know, Houston kid, played for Challenge Soccer, played for Klein High School, now playing for the U.S. national team.
I think that's very important what you've mentioned, that you can follow your dreams. If you believe, you can get anywhere. And right now we're getting ready for kickoff. Wearing red, we can see Katy, the Katy Tigers, and wearing white on your screen, you're going to see St. Agnes. Now, Katy with the ball on the sideline, getting tighter, trying to get forward.
Katy being so dominant in this year's tournament as well as last year's. They've already scored 7 goals in their 2 games before today. And last year they had 7. Katy like it's been the last 2 nights. And then St. Agnes on the other side, their coach, Josh Dolan, this is his 15th year with St. Agnes Academy.
Talks about consistency in a program. It talks about developing players and a lot of trust to get a coach to stay so long, and it means also that it's working.
And I think it says something that his assistant coach, she's been there 8 years, Lizzie Fernandez, and she's an alumna of St. Agnes, right? So somebody that wanted to come back and help the program. And that kind of consistency, that kind of base is huge for a program. So it's really no surprise to me to hear that this is the 4th straight season or shootout for St. Agnes to be in the bracket final.
Absolutely.
I'd love to be with the I-10 shootout organizers as they're determining who goes into what bracket each year, right? It's got to be a really intense decision-making process.
Absolutely, but as you've said, over 100 teams, they get more competitive each time. So at some point, it has to be kind of like a lottery, right?
Yeah. Well, and I think it's a great opportunity to play teams that you wouldn't face otherwise, right? Katy High School, public school, St. Agnes, private academy, they're never going to get to play otherwise. So to see this rivalry build outside of your normal high school competition is thrilling, especially that they're both just, long-term Shootout happen. You know, it's a nonprofit, and all the money raised goes to scholarships for soccer players.
Absolutely, and I love that initiative because that's what keeps the game going, and that's what keeps lifting players. Right now, ball's on the red team, going to the right, trying to move forward. They haven't been able to get to the last third of the field. Midfield for St. Agnes has been very good on recovering the ball, but now it's back to Katy. Ball's out.
In the middle of Katy's midfield, we've got number 10, Jocelyn Rodriguez, a senior, big part of that squad. But what was amazing to me as I was prepping for this tournament, Danny, is that the MVP, Katy's own team MVP for this tournament last year, was a freshman, Bailey Corcoran,
Nice.
you know, and she
Katy changing the ball, long ball, trying to look for her striker, number 3, running it, kick in. First corner kick of the game.
And these can be such great opportunities to put the ball in the net, you know. Dead ball situations, potentially so dangerous.
I think that's the turning point of high school teams when they're moving forward, that you actually make the best of opportunities like this. Knowing where to stand, where to move, and actually make a dangerous play. Let's see what Katy can do. Jocelyn Rodriguez is gonna take the ball. Number 10 kicks it in, a header, pass by.
And the good thing today, we don't have the crazy winds that we've seen earlier this week. So, you know, it gives both teams a fair shot at those corner kicks to really put them into danger areas.
Absolutely. St. Agnes with the ball. Just trying to take control of it, moving forward. Nice ball, beautiful. She's gonna run for it. Kick, goalie.
And the keeper initially bobbles it, but throws her body on it to prevent number 13, Grace Rossetti, one of the captains for St. Agnes, from pouncing on that and getting the opening goal.
Beautiful play. Those are the opportunities these teams have to take if they want to. Again, St. Agnes. Same kind of move. A filtered ball, going, looking forward, looking for her striker. Rossetti couldn't get to the ball, but that's the idea. She's cheering her teammates. This captain saying, "Yay, that's what we keep doing."
Keep doing that. That's going to work eventually.
The game with a little more rhythm. Tigers versus Tigers. As we said at the beginning of the game, these two teams have faced each other in the past 3 years. So it's an interesting game. They know each other. They know how they play, but since it's school teams, they change every time. They lose some players, they get new players, so.
And I'm sure a lot of these players know each other from club soccer. But also, you had mentioned earlier, Danny, you know, that it's a third game in 3 days, and, you know, how does a coach manage that? And think about it, too, that these teams, well, they've got the first game of the day. It's kind of hard to be up and at them for a 10 a.m. kick, but I think these teams have already woken up and starting to find their groove. And thankfully, in high school soccer, similar to college, you do have fairly open subbing, you know, so the coaches have the opportunity to rest players as needed.
And also the energy. Jen, we gotta be totally honest.
Yeah.
We don't have the same energy that these girls have. They can play 3 games in a row. Of course, legs, they had to recover. Okay, here's a aggressive play by Katy, trying to open to the left. Striker going in, goal!
Katy thinks they have the opening goal. The referee saying no, saying offside.
It was a tied offside, but the ref was very well situated. Offside, 0-0.
He called that immediately. But I like that response from Katy after seeing 2, you know, good attempts by St. Agnes on goal to get back and make something happen. Like you said, that energy, that attitude, and you know, I'm thinking this kind of rivalry and knowing that you're in a final and you could take home some hardware to start the new year, you know, that's got to be a great motivator.
Absolutely, and they have to keep the ball rolling. St. Agnes with a long filtered pass, going through the right. She tried to do a nice play, taking the ball, but it's back to Katy, red team, moving forward, getting to midfield. It's blocked, but the ball bounces back to Katy. Looking for her striker. Number 3 is going to get it. Center. It's kicked out.
Some really
Katy's
great
ball.
possession play from Katy. Number 3, Atiana Lara, one of the seniors on this squad. She's already committed to Incarnate Word. Been a big part of their team the last few seasons.
I think it's important to mention, Jen, how these girls have developed. And sometimes when kids start in maybe elementary and they keep going through middle school, high school soccer, and high school, that's a turning point. If you commit, if you play, if you give the best for your team, then maybe you'll get a scholarship in the future, college, or even getting scholarship in a tournament like this.
Well, and I love seeing how competitive high school is in Houston girls soccer, because in some places, you know, high school soccer is kind of a shoot for just club soccer, but we've got such a robust, competitive high school scene here. And again, you know, as I mentioned before, that you can see a private school like St. Agnes taking on a public school like Katy, and that they've developed a rivalry.
Let's see if we can ask our production team, look at your screen, Jen.
Yeah, she's just a little ahead of the ball. I like that thinking from Katy to, you know, send the ball in so quickly, and there was no one marking her on that side, but she was too far forward.
Little stuck in the midfield, trying to get the ball back. Katy with a long, long ball, and on the left side, they're gonna try to get it. It's Kaylee St. John, but it was a tough one.
She was hoping to earn a corner there, but ultimately that's another goal kick for St. Agnes. St. Agnes keeper letting one of her defenders take it.
Center back kicks the ball. Almost to midfield, and I'm sure they're gonna try to move it quick. There it is.
Yeah, that's a great goal kick. And yeah, there's a lot of lines on the field, but just so all of our viewers know, it's the dark blue line at the edge that's the touch line. So it has to go past that blue line for it to be out. All the white lines are the football lines, or rather the American football lines. The blue lines are the key ones. The goalkeeper box, the touch line, the center circle.
Absolutely right. No football today. It's football.
What was that commercial? Football is football unless it's football.
It's so good. I love Beckham. Katy right side, moving the ball quick. But St. Agnes ready to strike it back. Just good positioning. Both teams are not allowing the other one create anything on the last third of the field.
Both seem very comfortable in possession, comfortable moving the ball quickly, as you pointed out. And as you had said, that first goal, whoever gets that first goal, it's really going to set the tone for the rest of the game.
We're going to see the first substitution of the day. It's coming from St. Agnes.
Great opportunity to change things up with that sub. Katy having a little problem getting the ball out of their defensive third, Danny.
And outnumbered, so they gotta be ready.
And that was a great long throw-in by the sub that came in, Chloe Aranda, in the black tights.
He came in for a Maggie Hall. So we're seeing on camera Josh Dolan, coach, that as you mentioned, Jen, 15 years with this team. I think with this program and leading them to these finals, I think it's very important when you have a consistent coach that's working.
And someone that's clearly so invested in being, at St. Agnes, in Houston, developing players, and having a staff that has come from former players. I think that says a lot too. So 4th straight year for St. Agnes to be in the bracket final, 3rd straight year for them to be facing Katy.
Talks about how the program's working, how the school has all the trust in this coach, and how he's developed players and a style of play. And I really like that. You gotta know when something's right and just stick to it.
Well, and I would imagine if he's been with the school for 15 years that this is likely his 15th shootout tournament, so he knows the timing well, the rhythm of having 3 games in 3 straight days, generally in what's going to be the coldest weather of the year. So that experience is invaluable.
St. Agnes with the ball, but lost. Almost at midfield, trying to recover. Is Annalise Chima, player 11, but lost the ball again. Both teams need to open the field a little more, Jen. Just try to play on the outsides of the field. They're getting stuck in the middle.
Yeah, and that might be the visual issue. They're seeing these white sidelines, right? But they've got a good another 8 yards on either side of those sidelines. Using the blue lines for soccer, you're right, they've got to use the width. Catch somebody sleeping, lose a mark. Switch
and
fields.
stretch it out, maybe change of rhythm and find a good play. Jesse Steffen on the field, one of our refs. I think it's very important to thank the refs always, and as parents, as volunteers, and also broadcasters, realize what a difficult job they have to do every game.
And he's got no VAR to back him up. It's just him. And he called that offside call immediately. That was well done.
He's doing a very good positioning on the field and looking at every single movement. And Katy High School's getting ready to do a substitution after this shot.
Another great corner from Katy. They've had all the corners. We have not seen one yet from St. Agnes.
But there's something, well, lost ball. I was going to say there's something that St. Agnes does well, the quick turnaround after getting a
But most of the delivery from the keeper has been much better prior to that one.
Minute 20 from Legacy Stadium, 0-0. This is the I-10 Shootout, brought to you by PTS Media on Deportes Nation.
So we're halfway through the first half. Don't have any stoppage time in this kind of competition. 2 40-minute halves, then penalty kicks if necessary to determine the bracket champion.
Long ball that was looking for Grace Rossetti. And St. Agnes still keeps the ball.
Kaylee St. John, number 6 for Katy, getting a good boot there. Try to send the ball upfield.
But St. Agnes not letting the ball go. Good recovery, pressing high. You know, Katy moving the lines, setting up for a play that could be dangerous. Long ball, looking for her left striker.
It feels, Danny, like the tide is slowly shifting to Katy's favor. It seems like they've had more of the ball these last 10 minutes, more of the attempts on goal.
In more possession and control, even though St. Agnes still pressing, they're trying to get to the last third of the field with more control.
Kaylee St. John and Madison O'Shields on the near touchline doing some good swapping positions to keep control of the ball and try to move it forward.
And Maddie Taylor going for the run. She didn't want to lose that ball.
Maddie Taylor, one of the captains for St. Agnes, and she's already committed, the senior, to play collegiately at TCU next fall. Horned Frogs have seen several players lately enter the pros, including Alyssa Melanson, who we mentioned earlier, Houston kid, who's now playing for the national team.
Talking about the national team, we'll have an opportunity to see them live here in Houston.
In Houston at Shell Energy Stadium next month. The first doubleheader of the annual She Believes Cup will be on February 20th. USA will host Colombia. That's going to be a good one.
It's going to be such a fun game. Tickets are on sale already, so if you want to be there, this is your chance.
ShellEnergyStadium.com or HoustonDash.com will have all the info.
I love seeing these tournaments, Jen, how important it is for these young players to have their support of their friends, their families, right? Being in a final, hear them cheer from the bleachers. It's so important. Nice kick. It seemed like the first goal was here. Another opportunity.
St. Agnes proving me wrong, saying, hey, broadcaster, we hear you. We are in this game. Getting a couple of shots off. Katy barely keeping it out. Yeah, well, for these players, Danny, I mean, to play in a stadium like this, it feels so real, right? And I would think it would feel much more professional than, you know, your average high school match where, you know, there's not necessarily a venue around the field where you're playing. So to be in this stadium and knowing that your friends and family can be in the stands, you know, gorgeous day like today, and, you know, winner of each game today comes away with a trophy. That's got to feel good.
Absolutely.
Another Katy corner.
Trying to get the ball in the box, kick. Oh, so close. That's a very close chance for Katy. It was Atiana Lara who tried to cross that ball to the right corner.
And St. Agnes was marked up well. Number 7 was there to get that if there was anybody on that near post to try to tap it in. They had learned from the previous attempt. They're covering that near post when the keeper has to go forward to cover the ball.
Let's see what St. Agnes can do to counter with the ball. Number 16, Katy Amorosa, looking for support.
Amorosa, another player who is going to be playing playing collegiately. Sorry, she's committed to Texas Tech for next fall.
Next up, Brad. Next up. Next up.
Red team with the ball, trying to move up a few yards as quick as possible. But the ball's a little lost there. I think control and maybe just trying to talk to each other, hold the ball a little more, something that they could work on so they can actually make a dangerous play.
Well, you're hitting the part of the game where, you know, you're almost 30 minutes in. No one scored. You might get a little antsy, and they're trying to rush things when it's like, no, keep it calm. We see a Katy sub happen. Be interesting to see how that changes things up.
Katy Tigers with the ball now. Trying to open to the right side. There it is, finds.
And that center of the field is so crowded, Danny. You know, we're starting to see some action on the width, but I think eventually the answer is going to come from who can use the width better.
Absolutely, as we've mentioned before, maybe it's a confusion of the football lines on the field, but they're focusing and moving the ball way too much in the center. Here's again Katy attacking, kick, goal! That's it! Number 2, Kira Hadley.
And that is definitely not offside, Danny. That one stands. That's your opening game. Beautiful shot from distance.
Beautiful shot, kicked up just the right amount so he can find that curve and hit the net.
Just out of the
Perfectly
goalkeeper's
above.
hands. Beautiful goal from the junior midfielder, Kira Hadley. And let's look at that replay. It springs free to her about 20 yards out. She one touches it, basically chipping the keeper. Made a worthy attempt to save that. No question that that one's a goal for Katy, and they go ahead 1-0 with less than 12 minutes to play.
I'm sure that now Katy, our red team, will be a little more calm, still looking to score more because they love to score. That's what they've been doing in this tournament. They want to make more goals in a game, but that will give them the tone for the last few minutes, and a lot of confidence is going to go to this halftime with this team. Now, let's see what St. Agnes can do to turn that around.
And if they can go into halftime with a lead, that's going to be huge for Katy. You know, so these next 10 minutes, it's got to be more about defense than anything else. Protect that lead. Get into the locker room at halftime with the mental advantage of being up 1-0 and knowing that the game is in your control. So that's the eighth goal of the tournament for Katy. Their wins earlier this tournament were 4-0 and 3-0. They had 17 goals in 3 games last year from 7 different players, which is an insane number. I don't think they're going to reach that this year, but got off to a good start in this game. So interesting to see how St. Agnes is going to respond.
It will be a very tough challenge if they try to attempt that with a second half.
Yeah.
But either way, that's the importance of a good position with the balls moving, because it was a very nice touch, but she had time.
I like that she had the vision to just say, hey, why not? You know,
Go for it.
We've been trying corners, we've been trying from the wings. I see an opening, I'm going to take it. And they did. They caught St. Agnes off guard.
St. Agnes with the ball, still trying to move forward. Goal kick for Katy. Let's see the action in Rhodes Stadium. Jen?
Yeah, we're at the tail end of the Maverick Ram bracket over at Rhodes Stadium. Goose Creek still leading 2-0. That's got to That's got to be a good feeling. Just moments away from a nice I-10 Shootout trophy. That'll be the first final to wrap up. We've got 4 at Rhodes Stadium at 9, 11, 1, and 3. And then, of course, we've got the 4 here at Legacy Stadium next door. This one kicked off at 10. And then we have 3 other finals at noon, 2, and 4. And there's the celebration. Goose Creek winning the Maverick Ram bracket. Next door with a 2-0 win over Maid Creek. Way to go, Goose Creek High School. Sorry, Goose Creek Sterling High School.
The celebration, congratulations to Goose Creek Sterling, our first finalist to win this morning. Remember, we're bringing you the I-10 Shootout tournament, and we're live right now from 2 stadiums. From Legacy Stadium in Katy, Texas, where Jen, Laura, and myself are bringing you the action, and Rhodes Stadium, where the first winner is celebrating from a 2-0 score.
And the live feed for Rhodes Stadium will be available all day on YouTube. Just look for the Deportes Nation YouTube channel, and you can see the live feed at Rhodes Stadium.
Thanks for being with us today, this morning, live from Legacy Stadium. A little bit over 5 more minutes in this first half, where Katy High School is facing St. Agnes. Winning now, Katy 1-0.
Incredible goal from junior midfielder Kira Hadley. Katy's been pressuring for most of the second part of this first half. They've had several corners. We haven't seen any corner kicks from St. Agnes, though St. Agnes has had some great counterattacks.
And it seemed like she wanted to do it again.
I know. Why not? It worked the first time. St. Agnes thinking we got to get into the locker room, you know, holding the score or possibly getting an equalizer. Can't give up another this close to halftime, just less than 5 minutes to go.
Long shot was looking for Maddie Taylor. We can start to see a little bit of desperation on the field from St. Agnes. They need to just breathe, calm down, stay in control. Nothing's written yet. It's only the first half.
Plenty of time left to play.
Katy with the ball. Long shot from number 14, Addison Casolo.
And coming up next over at Rhodes Stadium, it'll be the Panther bracket. It'll be Paytow versus Brenham. That kicks off at 11 a.m. Paytow beating Montgomery 1-0 last night, and Brenham edging North Shore in a penalty kick shootout after a scoreless draw. So that bracket final kicks off at 11. You can watch that on the Deportes Nation YouTube.
Kaylee St. John moving the ball, looking for her midfielders, and all the way up.
Dangerous moment there.
Yeah, Valerie Gonzalez at number 9. She was so close.
And the keeper's thinking her defender has the ball, and then the defender's like, nope, yours.
That's where communication's also part in soccer. That's part of being a team. Getting the opportunity to talk, say yours, mine, or read each other's minds. That's when you make it, when you see the magic happen, right?
Oh, lovely through ball. But the Katy keeper has that one. Well, Danny, one of the values of this kind of tournament to me is how much teams can bond when you're playing 3 games in 3 days, especially if you're coming from out of town, right? So all those skills that you're going to need as you enter district play and conference play, right? The games that count more towards, you know, getting to a state championship, that you're building all those relationships now.
Absolutely. And again, communication and knowing how your teammate's gonna move or what that teammate's bringing to the table for you. If it's a good pass, if it's a good movement, just finding the right spot to make that shot makes a big difference.
And 3 games in three days means you've got time to work on mistakes immediately, right? You may have lost the first game on Thursday, but each team still gets 2 more games because you go into the consolation bracket. So you've got opportunities to fix things before you start your conference play.
Absolutely. St. Agnes with the ball, trying to get a quick turnaround. That's offside.
I like these through balls from the middle, the quick over the back line, trying to get it to an attacker on the run. We still haven't seen any corner kicks from St. Agnes, but they are, doing what they can in these, last, we're down to 1 minute left to play. They're hoping to do something to find an equalizer before they go into the locker room for halftime.
Nice pass.
Good job, Kaylee.
It's a long ball, but still chasing it, going for it, Captain Grace Rossetti. It's a goal kick. Keeper getting ready for a long ball, looking for her midfielder. This ball on Grace Rossetti for her teammate. And they were looking to make that nice ball to Katy, to Maddie Taylor. But it's done. 1-0, Katy. Tigers winning this morning halfway. We're gonna go to a break and we'll be back with all the action from the I-10 shootout.
The 2025 I-10 Shootout live stream on Deportes Nation is brought to you by Adrian's, Mexican street food since 2004. Katy International Sports Complex. Join us and live your sports dream. Soccer Texas, covering soccer in the Lone Star State. The Snowdrop Foundation. 4WD Coffee. Coffee for the journey, not the destination. SG1 Soccer Club. Character, community, culture. Valenti. Lead in style. The Houston Roughnecks. Spring football is back. Houston-Soccer en español here on Deportes Nation. Paco Photography. Sports photography by Paco Montoya. And by Soccer.com. The 2025 I-10 Shootout live stream on Deportes Nation.
Viene con el pase, busca, lanza, completo, primer down en la 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, touchdown, touchdown, Houston.
Welcome back to the I-10 Shootout. We are in halftime where Katy leads by 1 goal against St. Agnes. And what a game. It's been very action-packed, and we've seen a lot of good plays and a lot of good actions. But with me, I have a special guest right now, Mr. Cesar Lara. He plays 2 different characters, I want to say. You're on the board, but the most important one, you're also a father to one of the girls that's currently playing on the field.
Yes, that's correct. This is probably the 8th year now that one of my daughters has played with Katy. So we're honored to be here, honored to support the tournament. It's a great tournament, and honored to have PTS Media and Deportes Nation here to support us. So thank you very much.
I know we kind of briefly mentioned in the game before of the importance of this tournament, but you're in the inside. You're more with all the information. Why is it important? Why should people support this tournament and care about it?
Well, one of the biggest things is just supporting girls soccer. So women's sport is always good to support both men and women's sport, and this is one of the biggest tournaments in the nation for a girls soccer tournament. So it's always good to support nonprofit organizations that help provide scholarships to Katy seniors that have been that qualify to get scholarships. So all our proceeds go to raise scholarships for Katy high school girls.
And I know you're the father of 2 girls that play soccer. How have you seen the evolution of the importance of girls soccer in the high school level?
You know, I guess the support has gotten better and better every year. So that's one of the great things that we see. I feel like the support from the parents, from different faculties, different organizations supporting girls soccer has been really awesome. And it's only gotten bigger and bigger. In soccer, period. I feel here in the United States, the support for soccer has grown tremendously.
And last question, one thing that you want everyone to take out of watching this tournament or hearing about this tournament?
One thing to take out, well, it's awesome to see so many people come together for such a great sport and to support these young ladies. So please continue to support this tournament, these young ladies, and overall just women's soccer. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lara. All right, guys, there you go. You got the inside scoop, and we'll go to break and come back really quick.
Viene con el pase, busca, lanza, completo, primer down en la 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, touchdown, touchdown, Houston.
Back to Legacy Stadium in Katy, Texas, where the I-10 shootout it's taking place. 1-0 winning Katy High School over St. Agnes. I'm Danny Rodriguez alongside Jen Cooper and Laura Gomez on the sideline. Jen, it's been an interesting game today.
I mean, it's been a close game. These teams meeting in this final for the third straight year.
Second half, because I don't think that St. Agnes is going to let go of just like that without giving something in return just by what we saw in the first half. So stay tuned to see the second half, because for sure it's going to be a very well fought one out. And as we hear that right now, the buzzard.
So we're ready this time. Katy on the right side of your screen wearing red, St. Agnes in the white uniforms. Katy leading 1-0. And this is the third straight year for these two teams to face each other and winning 1-0. Katy now.
And this half, Katy will be moving from right to left as they've switched fields. Thankfully, no crazy wind today, so it's not really affecting that part of the game.
The lowest temperatures for Houston or for the area, right? But it's way better than playing over 100 degrees in the summer.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And as you know, the sun keeps blasting today, it's going to get warmer for these players, but not so warm that it's going to get into, you know, a crazy sweaty Houston summer day. No, gorgeous day today. I'm sure all the friends and family are happy to be here in pleasant weather. No rain, no wind, just gorgeous soccer.
A little bit cooler than the usual, but totally bearable and great day to be in the stadium, just cheering up on their players and just waiting to see who gets this trophy today. First final here at Legacy Stadium, but we already got one champion, and that was at Rhodes Stadium earlier before.
Goose Creek Sterling getting a 2-0 win over Maid Creek. So we've had a goalkeeper change.
Yes.
For St. Agnes.
With Katy controlling the ball, a push of confidence. That's what happens when you're leading the scoreboard. Trying different things, a little kickback. let's replay that first beautiful goal for Katy.
Midfield Kira Hadley, one touch from nearly 20 yards out. So well placed. Nothing the keeper can do there. Puts her team up 1-0. That's the 8th goal of this tournament for the Katy Tigers.
Beautiful goal. It's Addison Cosolo tried to control the ball but lost it, and now St. Agnes taking over, trying to change speed, but the defender was well placed. Ball's on the move. Just as a game begins or as the second half begins, it's how the tone gets set. It's where you get the ball, what team gets the control and tries to create a little more, right, Jen?
And in the middle of the field, these teams seem really similar to me. They're both very comfortable in possession, not afraid to go in and win a ball back. It just seems in the final third we're seeing a different type of attack, right? That St. Agnes seems to be popping the balls over the back line, hoping for someone to run on. But it's been a much more sustained attack from Katy, either coming up the middle or, you know, fighting all the way through to earn a corner.
St. Agnes ball, long trays. Looking for Katy Amorosa. We have an important player, Katy, important player for St. Agnes, one of the captains, but we haven't seen much of her in the final third today.
No. But it's such a deep roster.
First dangerous play of the second half. St. Agnes trying to get the control of the ball and just tie the score. We're live from Legacy Stadium, but we got all the action from the I-10 Shootout. So if you want to follow the road stadium, you can go to our YouTube, Deportes Nation YouTube, but why not see what's happening over there? They're getting ready for the kickoff of the second game in Road Stadium, Jen.
And that's the Panther bracket with Paytow facing Brenham. Paytow winning 1-0 last night over Montgomery. Brenham edging North Shore on penalties. So that final kicks off shortly, and then we'll see another winner from there. Meanwhile, got a really close game here at Legacy Stadium. Katy up 1-0 over St. Agnes. Katy having a nice run on the near side there. Third straight year, as we've mentioned, for these teams to meet in the final. Katy won last January 2-1. The previous January, St. Agnes edged the Katy Tigers on penalties. It's only 1-0 at this point. We've still got 33 plus minutes to play. One goal makes all the difference for St. Agnes.
Nice control of the ball for Katy. Atiana Lara trying to get in the box. Atiana Lara with the center. Back to St. Agnes.
I like Lara's thinking there to square that ball
Oh, I'm sure St. Agnes also shake with that.
St. Agnes, let's shake off some nerves there. That looked a little too close for comfort. But that means Katy gets their first corner of the second half.
And St. Agnes have to place well for these play defensively, because it's a dangerous one. We've seen Katy. Here comes the shot.
And it looks to me, Danny, like St. Agnes players have mostly a height advantage over the Katy players as they
The ball, move it forward, and now Maddie Taylor was trying to get that play, but Katy's ready. Defenders are ready to get the ball back.
And Maddie Taylor can't do it all by herself, right? Her positioning is good. She's trying to get open on that width. You know, good movement there to turn and get the ball.
And there it is. There it is for St. Agnes.
And look what Maddie Taylor created.
1-1. Maddie Taylor with a long ball, a nice trace.
Tigers equalize, making it 1-1. I love the work that Maddie Taylor's been doing, especially right there on the near side, to win the ball, turn, get it into the box, and put it somewhere for her teammate to convert. I don't think we saw who got the final touch on that ball. Hopefully we can see that on a replay.
Let's check the replay. See Maddie Taylor, how she moves, that trace.
Love that ball in. And what a good touch from St. Agnes, such an important equalizer. We think that was number 11 who got the final touch. Maybe Laura Gomez can hunt that down for us, but what a great goal from St. Agnes. Coach Josh Dolan's got to be thinking, yes, okay, yeah. Because now it's an even game, right? Same as the 0-0.
Exactly. Now we're starting over. It's an even game, and they might not like the penalty kicks at the end, but I would love that.
Similar situation to last year where it was a 1-1 game in the second half, and late goal came by Katy to win it 2-1.
And here she comes again. She's getting creative, Maddie Taylor. She's getting the ball, and she's using the space that we talked about.
And as we mentioned in the first half, she's committed to TCU for next fall. One of the many strong programs in the Big 12, and you know, we've seen players out of TCU go on to play professionally in NWSL.
It's Katy's ball. Of course, both teams want to give it their best. We hear the cheer from the silence, the cheer from the fans, their families and friends just saying, hey, let's go for it.
And as much as we love calling and watching a shutout, I'm sure these players don't want a shutout, right? You want that game-winning goal.
It's tough. It's tough. And you know what it said? There's no... that it's actually not much on the keeper. It's how you shoot that ball.
Yeah, pressure's on the shooter. You know, keeper gets lucky if she saves 1 out of the 10 that she could possibly face, right?
But it gets, there's a lot of play when you do a penalty kick. Mentally, physically,
Mentally, definitely.
and just a bad step can make you shoot it the wrong way. So yeah, I understand why they wouldn't like it. Even though if you're watching the game in our broadcast, it will be interesting. Here's the St. Agnes team on the bench. A different face, a different look. Now they're a little bit more relaxed. We even see the coach. Everybody's a little bit more relaxed after this 1-1.
Yeah, Josh Dolan like, yeah, okay. And in the green jacket, that had to be his assistant coach, Lizzie Fernandez, herself an alumna of St. Agnes.
I love it when alumni get involved because it makes it totally different. They know because they've played, they know what players go through, what.
And it shows a commitment to the school, right? Not just to the sport, but to the school. That it means that much to them to come back and coach at their alma mater. You know, or I think of, you know, Katy's coach, Callie Hasselbring. You know, she didn't go to Katy, but, you know, she did go to high school in this area, did grow up in Houston, you know, came back to launch her coaching career here.
Long ball for Katy.
St. Agnes gets there just in time to send it wide. You know, and Danny, as we talk about the opportunities for players, you have to think too at the growth of the women's game and youth soccer, especially in Houston, how it's created all these opportunities for coaching, right? That these are all, you know, coaches that are making a career of it, not necessarily teachers doing it on the side. There's more and more full-time coaching opportunities, and that's something that just raises the game for everybody.
I love it that you're mentioning that because it's totally different. Because everybody, and I have to say it as a parent and as a journalist, everybody thinks it's a coach. But it's not the same thing, right? You actually need to
just because you're on the sideline doesn't mean that it's their full-time job.
Absolutely. And I love it when teachers volunteer because they love the game and they want to do that. But it does make a difference in a program when you have an actual coach leading a team.
Well, and just in NWSL, I'd say in the last 5-6 years, you know, it's hard to believe when the league began, you know, most teams did not have paid assistant coaches, right? The league started, you know, very quickly on somewhat of a budget, you know, and now, more than 10 years later, things are very different. We're seeing serious investment in the women's game, and so you're seeing all these clubs with coaches that are assistant coaches that have high licenses and experience. And so now you think of, you know, Houston Dash needed a new coach. They were able to look at the player pool of the entire league, not the player pool, the coaching pool of the entire league, and there were several assistants that were quality candidates to be a head coach. You didn't have to go outside the league. So they hired Fabrice Gautreau, who spent 4 years an assistant coach in the league and has also coached youth. So it's like you did not have that career path or for, you know, a club like the Dash an option to go, hey, how can we hire someone who already knows the league?
Absolutely.
Right? So
and it makes a totally difference because when you bring someone from another league, it's different. Every league has their advantages and their style of play, and knowing the players makes it different for when you face them.
And then I think of these players, right, who, you know, it freaks us out to see how young they are, of course, but that these players basically have no memory of there not being a women's pro league in the U.S., right?
That says something. Yeah. That totally speaks about the growth
I still have to
of the league
to
and
some
the
people
game.
what it's like to remember what it was like before there was MLS, period. Not just before MLS in Houston, before the Dynamo, but before there was, you know, a full-blown play 3 games in 3 days, right? That's a great physical test, a great mental test.
Ooh, nice shot. That was
Love
a
that thinking.
beautiful shot. A great idea, taking the challenge.
St. Agnes is like, we saw this, you guys do this in the first half, Katy, so we're going to try it against you.
Natalie
Yeah.
Romero just trying everything she can.
I
think it
love
was
that.
Romero.
Yeah, as much as we talk about, players, dreaming it, it's also about are the opportunities there? Do you have the opportunity to challenge yourself, to put yourself in competitive environments? And that's why something like this tournament is so invaluable, not only to the local teams, but any of the visiting teams that come, especially when you think, we're just into the new year, right? The way these teams come back right after the Christmas holidays, that's got to be a challenge too. But any situation that you can put yourself in that's this competitive is so incredibly valuable to building yourself as a top player. And I commend all of the teams and and parents and officials too that dealt with the very wet weather Thursday, right? But that's that's the game. I heard a great quote years ago that you've got 2 opponents when you go into the game. One is the other team, and one is the game itself. Meaning that could be, is it a poor field? Is it weather? Is it you're not feeling well? Is it your team got red carded, so you're playing short? Nice thing about today, of course, it's a gorgeous field, a gorgeous day, so they don't have to worry about that.
Exactly.
But
That's
a very
not the
close,
case
yeah,
today.
very close 1-1 game. Katy getting the first goal in the first half from Kira Hadley. St. Agnes equalizing 10 minutes into the second half. Great work from senior Maddie Taylor to set up. We're pretty sure it was Alyssa Chima.
Katy's back at it, attacking. Keeper.
Katy's so methodical in their attack, working those sidelines, whether it's the throw-in or the long pass, or just controlling with the short passes. Where St. Agnes is, other than that movement by Maddie Taylor that created that cross, we've mostly seen them send the ball over the back line, hoping somebody can run on, right? Like we see the player far side, St. Agnes, far side open, hoping that, she's got no mark around her. If someone can switch fields and get her the ball, she'd have a great run on goal.
Yeah, and it was Katy Taylor looking for, Maddie Taylor looking for Katy Amoroso.
So another goal kick for St. Agnes. And we're just past the halfway mark of the second half, Danny. Getting into those last 20 minutes. Might start seeing some nerves.
Absolutely. Both of the teams, as we mentioned before, they don't want the penalty kicks. They want to live it here now on those 20 minutes. We'll see what they can do. Katy with the ball. A nice cross to Maddie Taylor. Taylor trying to turn around, loose ball. And it's Katy with the throw-in. Live from Legacy Stadium, it's 1-1 score here today in this first final of the I-10 shootout. St. Agnes 1, Katy 1.
Great ball, Madison.
St. Agnes getting it clear on that far touch line. I feel like they've done a better job this half of preventing Katy from getting quite as many corners, even though Katy's still getting the ball pretty deep into the St. Agnes half.
But I agree, St. Agnes trying to read more how they play, their style from playing outside the box and trying to stop them from getting that center. We'll see now. As Katy switches the field. Tatiana Lara trying to get in.
Nice, Maddie Taylor gets the free kick, takes it very quickly, and the ref's like, no, 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 no. Do-over. Sending it back now. They're taking their time, moving the players up.
Of course, she was trying to get the opposite team off guard, but
and that's Captain Samantha DeQueer taking that kick. Junior defender, kind of holding down that back line for St. Agnes. Anna Morton trying to intercept. St. Agnes providing some good pressure on this near touch line. Patient, working it up. Love seeing all these friends and family in the stands. Gorgeous day to watch some soccer. One of these two teams is going to take the trophy. Just about 15 minutes to go in regulation. Then, of course, Danny, we might see the first PK shootout of the day. The whole tournament, you know, games go straight to penalties if tied at the end of regulation. There's no extra time. There's no round robin play. All the brackets are set up to be elimination brackets.
But of course, these two teams want to get that goal in these last
Nobody
few
wants
minutes.
penalties.
Let's watch the corner kick for St. Agnes.
And that's got to be the first corner kick of the game for St. Agnes.
I was about to say that, yes.
I was like, right. That's
And a
they've
lost
been working that
opportunity because and some fans apparently
look at that.
can't get in, but why not? Watching from the fans. It's still fun and
Come
interesting.
on in. Oh, he's got a dog. It must not be puppy day at Legacy Stadium. They always do a great pups on the pitch day for Houston Dash games. They do it once a year.
I love
think
it.
they're so
I love
cute.
it when I do that.
So many
when
of the
they do
players
that.
have dogs,
We were
right?
there at that broadcast. It was a lot of fun.
And here's another corner kick, this time other side of the field. Katy setting up, far corner. St. Agnes bringing two defenders back on either post. No
I love that
danger
doesn't
there.
matter. No danger, but Katy trying to get in. I love how player number 7, Kendall Gussert, tried to cut that ball, even though the first play from the corner kick wasn't very productive. But she's not letting the ball drop. She's taking the challenge. I think that's an example of a good mentality of, well,
Shows a
what
high-
else can I do?
Shows a high soccer IQ of, okay, the first shot, you know, nothing came from it. What do you do with the follow-up?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's really when you might find defenders sleeping or out of position. Ooh, foul pretty close to goal.
Yes, they're getting very, I think those types
was
of falls
Right on
represent
right on the edge of the box.
Yes, that represent the desperation when you want to stop any way you can.
Yeah, 1-1 scoreline makes for some great pressure, especially, you know, we've got 12 and a half minutes left to play.
Nice ball. It seemed like it went. It appeared to me like it wanted to go straight to the net.
It was just past it. The runner coming in for Katy was just a little too late. And I think it's interesting, Danny, that we've seen so few subs by either team in this bracket final. It kind of tells me how focused both of these coaches are on, no, I know who I need to play. This isn't about, you know, rotation. This is about, I want that trophy.
Of course, and Katy, here it comes, here it comes.
Oh, ran out of time, ran out of field.
Nice.
Yeah, so not much time left. We've got Katy Tompkins warming up. They'll be in the next bracket final that's coming up at noon. It'll be Tompkins Falcons versus Atascocita Eagles. Tompkins, they won both of their games coming into this final 6-0. Atascocita, they won their first game 1-0 and then beat Friendswood 3-1 last night. But and here's a big opportunity, Danny, for Katy, maybe to go ahead so we avoid penalties.
We'll see if they can do it, if they can put it on the net. This is going to be a very important play for Katy. Positioning one of the players. If the ball gets loose, it's Kendall.
She got it over that back line, but didn't get it to a player who could do anything dangerous with it. Katy still fighting to control it. I love the movement from St. Agnes.
The idea was great. The execution was a little...
And here, look, we've got Maddie Taylor on this near sideline, waiting open, no mark near her. They could just spring her open. Imagine what she could do. I've really enjoyed watching her positioning on the field. I bet we're going to see some great things from her at TCU next fall. Go Horned Frogs. Yeah, but if we do go to penalties, you know, that's the traditional best of 5. And then if it's still tied, you go into sudden death. You know, we don't have any extra time in this tournament. It was 2 years ago that St. Agnes bested Katy on penalties in this final. Last year, of course, it was determined in regulation with Katy winning 2-1. So we're going to see another 2-1 scoreline.
We'll see, we'll see. We still got time.
Katy Tompkins warming up. I can see the Atascocita players coming behind that corner. Short corner from St. Agnes. I like that. It's just their second corner of the match.
Those trays.
I like.
And it seemed like she thought she had support on that side, and then she realized she didn't. Let's follow the action at Rhodes as well. They're winning 1-0.
Paytow over Brenham in other bracket over at Rhodes. This is the Panther bracket. So you can watch, if you want to watch any of the bracket finals that are playing at Rhodes, you can find that feed on YouTube at Deportes Nation. So this final, they're in their first half. Then there will be another final at 1 and another one at 3. Meanwhile, here at Legacy Stadium, we are not far away from potential penalties for this first bracket final, and then we will have games at 12, 2, and 4.
Katy with the ball. It's Valerie Gonzalez who is trying to kick it in the box. But
making a good run down that near flank. Just couldn't really get it centered to someone.
Substitution for Katy. And Riley Caskey is coming in the field. And ball just is centered to a Katy player that she was trying. I'm guessing she was trying to look for Valerie Gonzalez, but that ball went a little too far.
Maddie Taylor on the near flank. Looking to center it, but hey, she'll take the throw in.
Now we see a Tascasita team warming up, getting ready for their game, which when this happens, when we're about to, if they have goal kicks, then warm-ups get a little longer, but that's something that they need to be ready for.
Yeah, kickoff at noon unless we have a delay from penalties, but Tascasita Eagles ready to take on Tompkins Falcons. It's been a while since the Tascasita's been in a bracket final.
We're going back to the action. A little over 5 minutes left on this game. This is Tigers versus Tigers, or as Jane Cooper called them.
The Tigres Clásico.
Exactly, I love that. The I-10 Shootout Tigres Clásico. Who will take it this time?
Maddie Taylor doing her best in her final I-10 Shootout to find a game winner or possibly create a game winner for the St. Agnes Tigers. Katy making that late sub, hoping to change things up. Oh, wow.
Wow. What a play, ladies and gentlemen.
Keeper makes the save but doesn't settle it. St. Agnes takes a shot but hits the post. Bounces back for another shot by Katy, only to go wide.
I'm sure that Katy's keeper was, oh yes, absolutely, because to me, more than a save was more like a mistake.
Yeah,
let's look at the replay.
So the keeper gets it, but bobbles. Love that St. Agnes is there to follow up, but hits the post. Shot comes back again from Maddie Taylor, but just wide, so close. Good work from St. Agnes. And now it's all the way at the other end of the field. I mean, these teams are so well matched. You know, who gets to be the hero finding that game winner? Not much longer to go. We are under 4 minutes, Danny.
You can see the nerves hitting the players on the benches and just trying to be supportive for the players on the field.
And I'm sure all the friends and family are sitting in the stands here at Legacy Stadium just thinking, no, get the winner now. No, I don't have the nerves for a shootout. But hey, it is the I-10 Shootout.
Well, for Katy, long shot, looking for a player in the box. And Diana Lara wasn't able to get to that ball. And now we're back to Maddie Taylor opening the field, trying to move forward on her right sideline. A lot of pressure. Yes, and that's a foul.
Yeah, she got the ball up, but the ref had already called the foul.
And a yellow card.
Ooh.
So far, the only yellow card on the game. But this yellow card was for an Agnes player that's been complaining. Apparently, that's
Yeah, and
what we
her
can
teammates
get
are
from-
saying, calm down, calm down.
That's what we can get from the ref. It's number 16 who got the yellow card. Katy Amorosa.
Maddie Taylor coming off the field. Junior defender Samantha DeQueer, one of the captains for St. Agnes, setting up over the ball. Two-person wall. Pretty far from goal, so I think it's going to be a matter of who makes the best run in that group standing on the 10-yard line. She doesn't have to worry about any wind. Just send a nice ball in and someone can one-touch it. They're the hero. It's 2.5 minutes to go.
She was looking for the net. It was
Looking
a
for the
little
net.
too far away.
But nice loft to that ball.
That was a good idea. It's a hard shot
It's a
for
hard
any
shot.
player from that distance.
And now the coaches have to be thinking about what kind of subs do we make, knowing that we're getting pretty close to a penalty kick shootout. You know, those players would have to be on the field before the game ends. You can't make this. You can't make any subs once the whistle blows to end regulation. You got to use the players still on the field.
And I guess that's why Katy just subbed 2 players. Number 5 and 10 came in, Jocelyn Rodriguez and Bailey Corcoran. It's important that you mentioned that, Jen, for everybody watching, that you wonder, well, why they didn't put this or that player on the shootout. They have to be on the field.
Right. So you have to be thinking ahead. I'm glad to see Bailey Corcoran come on the field. She was Katy's player of the tournament for the I-10 shootout last January as a freshman. So only a sophomore, already a key part of that program. Just 1 minute to go, Danny. Maddie Taylor back on the field. Definitely hear the fans getting into it.
Emotions of fans, of players on the benches. This is it. These are the few last seconds. Let's see if any of these two Tigers team can get the win in this 30 seconds left.
Quick turn from St. Agnes to send it to the middle. Comes back for Katy.
Nice movement on the ball and those touches.
10 seconds. And we are going to our first shutout of the day.
How exciting! It's done, 1-1. And let's see who the winner of this final is after the penalty shootout. Thanks for being live with us. This is the I-10 Shootout live from Legacy Stadium, brought to you by PTS Media on Deportes Nation.
And we will have a shootout that should be best of 5. And then if it's still tied after that, it goes to sudden death. Teams alternating, taking the kicks. You have to use all your players before a player can repeat just in case we end up going to a really long shootout where you actually get to see the goalkeepers take a shot. These teams, third straight year to meet in the I-10 shootout final. Last year, Katy won 2-1. The year before, it was St. Agnes edging Katy on penalties. Can they do that again, or is Katy gonna make it back to back? I don't know, who are you thinking has the advantage, Danny?
I've seen taking more longer shots from Katy. I think that's going to be key. I see the confidence. That's how they open the scoreboard with a good shot, almost like a little bit outside the box. So I think they, for what I've seen today, but then again, penalty kicks, they're all mental. You need to be well prepared. You need to have all the confidence to hit the ball on the right spot and put it on the right corner.
And not worry about what the keeper's doing, or can't get inside your head.
And we've seen these stories of professional players that keepers love telling stuff to the players.
Yeah.
I don't think that happens at this level. I hope
Hopefully
not.
not.
I hope not. But that's sometimes the only thing they can do to get them nervous to hit the ball on the wrong side.
Well, and the Katy players, they have one advantage, being, basically in their home, right? That I would imagine that more of the fans are Katy fans than necessarily St. Agnes fans, just based on the location. We'll see how vocal those fans are. And we've got, captains for both teams with their referees right now. They do the coin toss to decide who kicks first, right? Another key mental part of that, right? Going first, if you're converting those, then you've got the leg up, and you're putting the pressure on the team that if you convert theirs, they have to convert as well. I think they've got it all settled. Referee is pointing to the south goal. The players have to stay in that center circle when they're not participating in the shootout. So both keepers go down to the south end. The players that are eligible to take the kicks go out to the center circle. And it's interesting to see here, Danny, that the way they're setting it up, it looks like just the players that are taking the kicks are in the center circle. Normally when we're seeing a professional match or international match, you see all 10 players for each team inside the center circle. All right, so now all 10 for Katy are going out, right? This is interesting.
Okay.
But we've only got 5 for St. Agnes, so I guess that's who their 5 are, and of course Maddie Taylor is one of them. And it looks like she will be the first to shoot, so St. Agnes shooting first. It is best of 5. If it's still tied after each team has taken 5 shots, then we go to sudden death. Referee talking to the keepers, just explaining, hey, you can't come off your line until she touches the ball. And of course, the player can't do anything until the ref clears her to go ahead and shoot the ball. That spot is 12 yards from the line. Maddie Taylor with the first kick.
Oh.
Keeper gets it, but it still goes in. So
And
Maddie
you
Taylor
can see,
converts.
yes, but you can see the disappointment on Maddie Taylor. At some point, she's like, "Oh no!" But
Yeah, but
it
it's
got
like,
in.
but she put enough power on it that it still went. So now Katie's first kicker is, can you see?
I'm trying. I'm
number
sorry,
10.
but yeah, it's Jocelyn Rodriguez.
And it does not. It does not go in. St. Agnes with an advantage.
And now it's Annalise Chima. Boom, nice shot.
What a well-taken penalty to her left in that sweet spot for a penalty of just far enough away from the keeper that it's hard for them to get enough pace that even if she got there, she might not have been able to stop it.
Now Kira Hadley for Katy.
Hadley with the goal in the first half to give Katy the lead. Same direction as the shot before and also converted.
Well
Puts
done.
Katy
The
on the
kick
board.
a little higher, but with a lot of confidence.
And
very,
a lot of
very well
power.
done.
You want the power and pace on that so that if the keeper does get a touch on it, it has enough momentum to still go in.
It's Sammy with a kick now.
Oh. Huge opening for Katy with that miss there. Strong kick, but off target. And this is one of Katy's subs that we saw come in very late, taking this third kick for the Katy Tigers.
It's Valerie Gonzalez. Very well done.
Made us nervous for a second that it might bounce out, but it bounced in, and that is impossible to save. She basically got it right under the bar. So tough for the keeper to touch that, and then it bounced in, which is what she needed. So after
Bailey
three
Corcoran,
kicks,
sorry.
after 3 kicks for both teams, they've each converted 2. St. Agnes, calm, cool finish, made the keeper go the wrong way.
Very well done by Grace Rossetti, one of the captains. Control, confident.
Yeah, pressure is really, really on the shooter.
Kendall Gossard getting ready now for Katy.
St. Agnes keeper dove the right way, but that ball went right under her arms. Again, these players know where the sweet spot is. Just far enough away from the keeper to make her dive, but close enough that it ends up going under her arms and not into her hands. So 4 kickers each, tied at 3.
And now it's Katy Amorosa. Strong player.
Ooh, what a huge save by the Katy keeper. That means that if the Katy Tigers can convert this last penalty, they win this bracket for the 2nd straight year. Again over St. Agnes. They faced 3 straight times in this final.
And Atiana Lara has all the pressure. This is it. This is the turning point for Katy.
And she squeezes it in the corner. 2nd straight year, Katy Tigers have defeated St. Agnes for this bracket, edging them 4-3 on penalties after St. Agnes got off to a better start in the shootout. And that's the first Legacy Stadium bracket wrapped up today. Katy Tigers beating the St. Agnes Tigers 4-3 on penalties after a 1-1 draw in regulation.
What a great way to end the final. It's amazing. I just love the penalty kicks and the celebration of these girls. Of course, we got to congratulate both of the teams. They did a great job on the field.
St.
And
Agnes
penalty
did a great
kicks
job
can go
getting back
either
into
way.
the game in the second half. And we have to commend the Katy goalkeeper for making that save for the next to last shooter to put Katy in the position that Atiana Lara's kick could be the final kick.
Absolutely. And it's all about sportsmanship. It's all about recognizing you made it to a final in a very challenging tournament. Both teams honestly deserve recognition.
Well, and every final between these two teams
Hey, let's go to the
has
pub.
been so close, right? Penalties 2 years ago, late goal deciding it last year, and again, penalties.
And of course we see a lot of emotions. We see now some players of St. Agnes just
It's
letting it
upsetting.
go with the few tears because it's upsetting. No one
But
wants
it's a
to
great
lose. It's a
experience
final.
to have before you go into. Calm, cool, and putting it so far to the side that the keeper can't get it, keeping it low.
And yes, of course, the winning team picture, it's beautiful. Look at those smiles.
So we have a Katy team in all 4 finals at Legacy Stadium today. So far, Katy is 1 for 1. Katy is 1 for 1 in finals at Legacy Stadium. And coming up after this final, we will see Katy Tompkins taking on the Atascocita Eagles. Katy Tompkins on a roll. They had 6-0 wins in their last 2 games for Katy Tompkins, now facing Atascocita in our second bracket final here at Legacy Stadium.
It's going to be a very challenging game. Of course, they feel more confident, Tompkins coming with those scoreboards, but it's going to be an interesting game. And just closing on our past first final today, Jen, congratulate both teams in nuestro Tigres Clásico here at the I-10 Shootout.
I love the rivalry.
But now we're getting ready for our second final today, as Jen was mentioning, Tompkins against Atascocita. And Laura Gomez, our sideline reporter, just getting ready for this beautiful day, sunny, a beautiful stadium, Legacy Stadium, and a great tournament of women's soccer here. Laura, how are the emotions on the field now?
Well, you guys, we just watched an amazing opening game for this tournament. I mean, it was amazing. It had everything you wanted. It had a little bit of drama, it had excitement, and it had, goals, and then you had the excitement of the PKs. I mean, it was really, truly amazing to watch. And in a few seconds here, we're going to have a couple of speakers that we're going to talk to in this Katy bracket that Katy won. And like you guys mentioned, it's the second time against St. Agnes that Katy has won. So you can imagine the kind of rivalry that has been brewing, and I think it's going to continue to brew with these two teams in this tournament. I don't know, you guys, what the sentiment that you guys had watching those PKs here, because down here it was just a different kind of level of excitement, and like Danny mentioned, the players cheering when their teammates scored, and unfortunately the downside of obviously watching one of the players not score, which is also heartbreaking. So it has a little bit of everything. So now we're gonna go with Brandon, if you wanna come on camera with me. And he is one of the board members, and he's going to give us a couple of words, and then we're gonna start introducing the trophies and all the other good things. Brandon?
Yeah, thank you very much. First off, beautiful day today. We just want to thank PTS Media, Deportes Nation for live streaming and being out here today to cover these games. You know, we had to deal with the weather, these girls did, the past couple days. But today, for championship Saturday, it's been a great day. And on behalf of the I-10 Shootout Board and SG1 for sponsoring our tournament, we want to present the Katy Tigers with this year's Katy Tiger Braga Champions. We'll continue to get their MVP in just a moment, and we'll turn it back over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Brandon, for those words. And as you guys saw, we have the winning team behind us. And now we're going to have a couple of words with the coach, Katy's coach, and just to talk about how this triumphant is.
If they don't have the
Introducing the MVP. Hey, Coach, congratulations. Just a couple of words. Just give us, you know, the whole feeling of being in this tournament and culminating in this win.
It's great. This is the third time we've played St. Agnes. The first year we played against them, they got the best of us in the PKs, but we're not going to let that happen again. So,
how do you keep these players motivated against like the coldness and the rain and all those kind of things, mentally and physically ready to give this kind of presentation?
we don't let them wear leggings, and so that really just makes them mentally tough.
So what's one of the things that you want people perhaps that have never seen this team play kind of know about your players and the institution that is Katy?
I mean, this school is built on tradition and culture of hard work, and that doesn't come from me. That comes from these kids. So it all goes back to them and how they were raised. So.
And any encouraging words for younger girls watching these girls play and having the dream of perhaps playing in high school?
It's all about the work ethic. Is you put the work in, and you can outwork somebody. Sometimes you don't have to be as talented as them, but you can work past them. That's all that matters.
All right, thank you, Coach. Now, can we talk to the MVP? Claire. I can't. Hi, Claire. Congratulations. How do you feel about receiving this trophy?
Just amazing. We've worked for it all season, and we looked out on the field, and our work ethic just showed how much that we deserve this trophy, and we fought to the very end for it.
And now your coach said that the key to making you guys win is not letting you wear leggings. But what's the real key that you guys as a team have worked together to get to this point?
Just our chemistry. We all love each other and play for each other, and that just allows us to pass around and have great chemistry on and off the field.
All right, thank you so much for those words. Congratulations, girls. Continue to celebrate. All right, guys, so we saw the excitement here in field level. Now back up to you.
Clara Cullen, thank you, Laura. Thank you, Coach. And thank you, Clara Cullen, our MVP today on this first final. I love what she said, the chemistry. Final score was 1-1, but decided on penalty
4-3
kicks.
in penalties, with MVP Claire Cullen making the key save that set up Katy so that they could convert the final kick and win their second straight I-10 shootout final.
Congratulations, Katy. We're going to a break, but we'll be back with all the action from Legacy Stadium. This is the I-10 Shootout.
The 2025 I-10 Shootout live stream on Deportes Nation is brought to you by Adrian's, Mexican street food since 2004. Katy International Sports Complex. Join us and live your sports dream. Soccer Texas, covering soccer in the Lone Star State. The Snowdrop Foundation. 4WD Coffee. Coffee for the journey, not the destination. SG1 Soccer Club. Character, community, culture. Valenti. Lead in style. The Houston Roughnecks. Spring football is back. Houston-Soccer en español here on Deportes Nation. Paco Photography. Sports photography by Paco Montoya. And by Soccer.com. The 2025 I-10 Shootout live stream on Deportes Nation.